Hi folks, I'm Doug at Dizzy Lizzie's, and for the last couple of years I've treated myself to a present that's for the company, because you can't exactly say, hi, yeah, I'd like a pair of socks, can I have a set of spanners, and can you supply me with a toolbox? Now, so that's why I've gone out and I've bought presents like this. It was on offer. Huge toolbox means that instead of me spending 10 minutes to find a tool, I know where it is now. But this year I bought myself something else. It's a 20-ton hydraulic press from, would you believe it, the range. Yeah, wholesale. I thought, you don't see that stuff in the range. You go in there and it's like, oh, I can buy some flowers, maybe go upstairs, have a coffee, some kitchen equipment. Oh yeah, and a 20-ton hydraulic press, please. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to do a video about unpacking, assembling it, and I've got a problem with it. Okay, let's open the casing up. I've taken the straps off. It was just plastic which could be cut, and there it is. So there's the most important thing, the instructions, because I do RTFI. Read the flipping instructions. Right, now I've unpacked it out the box. I've checked all the components are here. I've separated out the nuts, bolts and bits and pieces. So now I'm going to read how it's assembled, because it may be a case of, it's only a hydraulic ram, but some of these things have to be put in certain orders so it fits. So excuse me when I find the English section. City presses, sequence et distant, and that's the wrong one. Actually, I'm wrong. There's one part missing. It's the bottom brace. So I can still assemble it, and I'll just have to get in contact with the supplier and say you're missing a piece. But it's only a simple piece of bar that keeps the two legs separated the same distance as they are at the top. So yeah, let's get on with it. Well, isn't that great? After looking through the instruction manual, it's only how to operate it, not how to assemble it. So luckily enough, there is a picture of all the parts in there, so it gives you an idea of where they go, but not the way to put them together. Okay, let's have some fun. Now, the first thing I've done is I've got the upright on a bench, and I fitted the base section and two struts. Now, these two bolts here are, where is it, 19mm, and there's only 4 of them, and they go in bolt, washer onto there, through the machinery or through the bar here, spring washer, and then bolt. For these here, again, it's a 17mm. There is it. 17mm, and yeah, the holes are a bit slack, but they go through here and brace this top bar against the bottom bar to keep it a bit rigid. So now I've just got another one to do, and then I'll start on assembling the other bits. Okay, next thing to do is start assembling it. Now you've got these, there's a cross member at the top and there's 2 sides to it, and they are held on with a 24mm bolt and a 24mm nut and spring washer, just like everything else. Now you've also got to put this little plate on, which is a few pound, definitely, and this is what the ram pushes up against that bar with. But as usual, me, Billy No Mates, has got to work out how to do it itself. So I'm sitting there thinking, how can you do it if you've got nothing else to do, no one else to help you? And I thought, let's try this. You put this onto that bar like that, because there's a hook which holds it, or helps it run along. You then with 2 of these bolts prepped with a washer on it, feed it through there, and then you lift it up, put 1 bolt through, you lift it up, you put another bolt through. Then you've got the spring washer and nut on that one there, and a spring washer and nut on that end there. And hey presto, that's up, and that can slide along now. Now all I've got to do is put 2 more in and tighten them up. The next thing I'm going to put on the frame is the hydraulic ram, and these are the 17mm bolts. By now you should only have 2 left, and they're for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it through here, with my other hand I'm going to grab the spring washer and nut. I can then put it through there, put the spring washer on, put the nut on, that's not coming off now. I'll grab the other bolt and washer, through there, spring washer, nut, .17mm spanner. Helps if I put the socket on. And that's that attached. Okay, next thing you do, assemble the crossbar. So the next part to assemble is the part which you press down onto with the hydraulic ram. It's a bit of heavy equipment, so I'm thinking, well, how can I do it again on my own? These are the metal bars that go through these holes. So put it through there, put them the same size down there. Now, when you put these bars on here, make sure the holes here match up and they go in diagonally, and you fit it there, right? Because if you were to put that round the other way, the only way that could go and fit in there is if the writing was upside down. Now the next thing I've got to do is I've got these really long bolts, again 17mm, and in between the 2 bars there you have these spaces, so it's a bit of a sandwich. But to make sure they don't fall apart while I'm working on them, great. Right. That will help them, with the little clamp there, help hold them in place. So right, again, long bolt, washer, This then fits between the two bars, just slides down. What I'll do is I'll do one this side here, because you need a bit of play on them. You feed it through there, and then it's a washer, spring washer, and a bolt like it is everywhere else. I won't tighten them up yet. So, again, spread them apart so that goes through. Washer and nut. Now that's held in, I can release that. And then I can put the last spring washer. And the reason why I'm not tightening them up so far is because you want a little bit of play for when you're trying to feed down this bar. I'll be honest with you, everything's been really well painted apart from, well, reasonably, but still got a bit there, but that doesn't really matter. Oops, there goes the washer. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, don't go there. Oh. Sorry, decided to disappear underneath there. So anyway, because I haven't clamped them down, I can push them apart slightly to help guide that downwards. And there goes the doorbell. Back in a second, folks. Sorry about the interruption, it was my mechanic dropping my van back off to me. So anyway, I tightened these bolts up and then I realised something. I could have done it on the bench. You can just pick it up and swing it around and there it is. So, yeah. That's my Homer moment for today. Go! Right, now to install the ram and the hydraulic pipe. Now the next thing I'm going to do is assemble or attach the hydraulic hose. Now if you're wondering which ends are which ends are which, you've got different sizes for different ends, so there's no way to get them mixed up, and the small end goes onto the ram here, the pump here. Now all you do is, as usual, a bit of PTFE tape. So Allen key, just undo it out. And then try not to drag the other end in too much muck. Feed it in. And there we go. Pardon me. It's a 17mm spanner. Smooth that out of the way. Don't go mad. Then you get up to a certain pressure, tightness, and that's enough, because otherwise you'll end up snapping that off. And that in there, you can see it's got a little brass section on it. That's the one that goes into the ram, but I can't fit the ram at the moment, so I'll just stick that through the hole and show you a reason why I can't fit the RAM. Now here's the problem. This is the one that I ordered. It's got a bar across the bottom which is missing and you've got this kit here which apparently is worth 60 quid, which attaches to the bottom of the hydraulic RAM to help you push out parts and bits and pieces. This is the instruction manual that come with it, and you can see that this one doesn't have it, and this is the problem why I'm not installing it, because this is the RAM they've sent me. And zoom out. That hasn't got the interchangeable parts which is supposed to be on it. Now I spoke to a nice lady at the place, because on the back of here is the numbers for problems and support. Answered up within a few rings. She said to me, we'll email you a message, then attach some photographs to it which you've taken, and then we'll get back to you. And already they've replied to me saying we're looking into it to find out why that's been sent instead of that, and the kit, and also why the bottom bar's been missing. So until then I'm not going to be able to use it. Well, these are the parts that arrived today that are to fit onto my hydraulic press. A bag of bolts and nuts and a metal plate. Nothing that I actually ordered, because that's supposed to be the bottom bracket. Apparently on the invoice that's called a coal bunker, and on the invoice they sent me it's supposed to have the 9 parts piece, but that's a pile of nuts and bolts in a bag. I've spoken to them again and they do apologise, and they're going to look into why this has been sent to me instead of the parts that I asked for. Yeah, they're quite quick again and most apologetic, and I've sent them a picture of this so they can understand why and what's been sent. So until then I can't use my hydraulic press. Finally, it's a week later, the bottom brackets arrived and the attachment kit, and now I can fit them, and I can then fit this hydraulic pressure gauge. Now I'm going to fit this bottom bar. It's 2 19mm bolts at either end, and before I do that, knowing my luck, this will come down on my head. So I'll pick this up, put it on my bench, and with my impact gun I'll put this in place. You could put it round to the trough there, but that'll just fill up with muck. So I'm going to put mine around so it's like a little pyramid at the top. Now I've put the bar in and put the nuts and washers on the end. Next thing to do is tighten them up. Now all 4 bolts are tightened up and that braces across there. I can then put this back in place. And the next thing to work on is the hydraulic ram. Now the next thing to attach, I'm going to attach, is the pressure gauge. I've put some PTFE tape around it and taken the cover off that protected it from getting covered in muck. It's a 7/8 nut there to get it off, and haven't got a well, I've got a spanner somewhere, but instead I've just grabbed a pair of adjustables to undo it. Ooh, that's bad. Looks like I'm going to have to leave it upright today. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Okay, so I've now put this upright. Now I'm going to undo this. And hopefully no oil's going to pour out. And then I'm just going to put this on the top and turn that around. Now I want this connection at the back, or maybe to the one side like that. So I'll set the pressure gauge to be at the front. Just keep winding it up, winding it up. Yep, we now got grip. And that there pressure gauge is facing this way, so it should be alright. Now I've just got to tighten it up. Let's see, the adjustable there, and that's it nipped up. Now I'll give this a quick wipe over, and then I'm going to take that piece off the bit here at the bottom off to fit on the attachment. Now on the bottom of the ram there's a little grub screw, right? And if I zoom in, it's there. It's a 2.5mm grub screw, and all you do is undo it, and then that end comes out, and that allows me to put this attachment in and secure it. But I suspect that won't go through the shaft or the plate, so I'm going to take that off and install it once I've got the ram in place. On the ram there are 2 discs, locking plates and such, or positioning plates. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to fit that, but basically you wind that up, you then put the ram through the metal plate after you've taken this off, put it through the plate, and then tighten this up through the metal plate to lock this in position. Okay, so I've wound the top ring up, and now I'm going to put the bottom ring on, and I've put a little bit of copper slip on the inside of it, which will get spread around the threads. In the event of me having to ever remove this, hopefully this won't be jammed. Now to tighten it up. Now I haven't got a C spanner that goes into here, so I'm just going to little hammer, not a big huge one, just tap it around, check it's in there, and that's well and truly secure. Next thing, move it that way, and the 2.5mm grub screw is there, so I can wind that out, get hold of that, tighten the grub screw up, don't over tighten it, and that's now fully secure. Next thing to do, connect the hose up. Now I'm going to put the hydraulic pipe on the back. They have put a connector on there which they put PTFE on. I had to tighten that up because it was a bit loose. I then put PTFE tape on this part here, and that fits into here. Now you undo this knurled section, push it back and gently pull that out, and then insert that. Now what I'm going to do next is put that up and around there, if it'll go in. And now I'll start tightening that up, which will pull that little brass section in to the valve. Well, what I'll do is I'll grab a set of adjustables just to hold that there while I'm tightening this up. Actually, where is it? I've got a pair of soft edge pliers which I can use to grip this and tighten it up without damaging the knurling on the nut. They're all tight. Next thing to do, give it a quick wipe down and see how it works. Now I've connected all the hydraulics up, the hydraulic pump to the hydraulic ram, the last thing to be fitted is this, and this is the bar you lever on. Now on this here there are two different sized pistons. The big piston will move the ram down quicker but won't be able to put as much pressure on it, whereas the smaller ram will move the ram down slower but be able to put more pressure on it. Now one of the first things I did after connecting it up, I didn't video it, was basically just sit there to get the air out. And you can see the ram's going down. Right, and to get the ram to go up, there's a lever on the side here, you just turn it. And once it's back, you turn it back to lock it off. And that's it. That's the hydraulic 20-ton ram assembled and ready for use. Okay, I've got to have a bit of fun testing it out. It's only a can, so it shouldn't be too much pressure. But what I've done is I've taken this adapter out and I've put the old adapter in because I don't want to damage the face on this. Now, on the bottom of it you've got two plates that are supplied that you can push whatever load you want onto, and this is a piece of metal bar that I just have happened to, a bit of plate that I've just had knocking around so it will give you a chance to push on top of it all. So anyway, here's the first pump and you can see it's going down. Can you see how fast that is moving? And at the moment it hasn't even registered on the bar. Now I shall now put it onto the smaller pump and you can actually see that it is pushing it down but nowhere near as fast, and to be honest with you, pulling the lever up and down here, it's almost, the lever itself is almost pushing it down, pulling it down. So there you are, that's the big hydraulic pump, hydraulic, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Now, I've got it down to that point there. Oh, hang on, I've got a leak from the back. I better sort that out. It was leaking from this point here. I didn't put the PTFE tape on, that's how it come. And I should have checked that was tightened up better. But let's give it another check to see what it's like going up on pressure. Now I've sorted out the leak at the back, just tied it up. Let's put this under pressure. And it will settle until everything's tightened down. But now I'm pushing on the big lever and it's a bit of a strain. Go to the small one and it's easy to push it down because of the difference in size in the diameter of the pump. And you can see it's 5 tonne, 6 tonne, 7 tonne, 8 tonne, 9 tonne, 10 tonne. And I'll leave it there for a few seconds to see how it's leaking, if anything will go. But that's it. Yeah, I'll let it settle in before I even consider getting up to 20 tonne. But now it's holding at 10 tonnes, no problem. And what I'll do is undo the lever at the bottom to let the pressure off. Whoops. That was the lever handle. And that's it now. So there you are, folks. That's me assembling my Christmas present to myself. If you're wondering why I got a 20 tonne, a 10 tonne sat on a bench, the 20 tonne is freestanding, and I wanted a freestanding one, so I had to get the 20 tonne. The bottom bar that come in late, I think, was actually a help, because I would have probably tried to assemble it in one place and with the bar on there and the top, and then try to move it in one go. Whereas making the upright, putting it over there, making the other upright, putting it over there, then putting the top bar on, and then put the bottom bar on is an easier way of doing it, because you can actually move the bits and pieces around instead of one lump. I will be using it later on to do proper stuff than sitting there crushing cans, and probably I'll be using it more than 10 tonne on certain jobs, but I doubt it very much. 10 tonne should be more than enough for most of the jobs I'm doing. If you found that helpful, please hit the like, and if you found it even better, hit the like and subscribe button. So until the next video, take care folks, and be safe. Bye.